Shalom, shalom. This is your Davin coming at y'all with the word. Today's topic is going to be about how to view your neighbor and the power of the image of Yahawashi. First, there's a couple things we got to establish. So, Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. Yahweh is a man of war. The Yahweh is his name. So, Yahweh, the Most High God, is a man of war. So, who is he at war with? This is Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. For he said, because Yahweh hath sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Who is Amalek? Amalek is one of the sons of Esau. So Yahweh's a man of war, and he's at war with the children of Esau. Now let's further prove that. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. And let's see what the Most High also says about the nations. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And when he says thee, that's us. That's the Israelites. All right? So, if he's going to use us to break in pieces the nations, we are the warriors of Yahawashi. And the most important trait of a warrior is to know what he's fighting for. But more important than that, what is the warrior's God? What is our God fighting for? Because if we understand who our God is fighting for and whose side he's on, we should have a better understanding of whose side we should be on. So this is Psalms chapter 124, verse 1. If it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been for Yahweh who was on our side when men rose up against us. So now we understand the Most High is a man of war, and he is against the nations that fight against Israel. He's on the side of Israel. And if we're the warriors of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, we're also supposed to be on the side of Yasha'Allah. All right? So he is at war with the other nations, but he's on the side of Yasha'Allah, as we should be. That's very important. This is Psalms chapter 148, verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. And, the capital Lord, I left that there because that's the straw man for the real word, which is Yahweh. But he's for his people Israel. He's for the people Yasha'Allah. So he's at war. He is a man of war. But who is he to us? Because that's the most important thing. To the other nations, he's against them. But how should we be towards each other? And who is he to Yasha'Allah? Let's find out. This is Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 6. Behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace. Notice he doesn't say war, he says peace and truth. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and will build them as at the first. So he's a man of war to the other nations, but to Yasha'Allah he brings peace. And this is Isaiah chapter, I'm going to get Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So when we look at the Mashiach, Yahawashi, who comes in the name of Yahweh, we as Israel look at him as the Prince of Peace. So when we understand that image, when you think a black man, when you think an Israelite, because Yahawashi came out of the tribe of Judah. So it's that image of a black man. When you think of a black man, now you have to think an image of a man of peace. What does a man of peace look like? Yahawashi. And what does Yahawashi look like? A black man. That's powerful. Let's get in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So if we all understand that image, what that image entails, and we start looking at our brothers and our sisters as the very image of peace, not of a crazy person, someone you should be at odds with, someone you should, you should always have your guard up with. That's the image. When you think of your brother, of that image, that face, the woolly hair, the melanated skin, you think of it as a threat. But when you understand that your God, that the Prince of Peace, to Yasha'Allah, we understand that image. And when we look at a black man having that image, because he comes from our same line, we're going to look at our brothers differently. And that's going to break that evil eye. That's going to break that curse. That's going to reverse the Willie Lynch. That's going to reverse that curse that is stated in the Torah. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So his eye, visual, okay? This is psychological. When you think of the image of your brother, your own image, it's evil towards your brother. But when you think of that image, that look, as coming from the same line of the man Yahawashi, who is the Prince of Peace, And when you see that same image on your brother, how can your eye be evil towards your brother, seeing that he bears the same image of the Prince of Peace? That's powerful, man. So when we say Kwam Yasha Allah, you can really understand that from the heart, from the soul, from knowledge, from passion, from emotion, from a level that's built on a foundation now. All right, and then you can fulfill the law in doing that. Let's get to the Torah, because when we understand that simple thing, that's gonna help a lot of different things, and keeping of one of the most important laws, and that is loving, loving your neighbor as yourself. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. So when you get the opportunity, letting him know what the feast days are, letting him know that he's supposed to do this, supposed to do that, out of love. Because you love him, you don't want him to see destruction. You don't want him to eat that pork. Hey, brother, we're not supposed to do that. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Of the children of thy people, we know it's the children of Yasha Allah, Israel. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh. So how easy, how much of a propel that would be if we could see each other as bearing the image of the Prince of Peace. Now we understand that he's a man of war, but if we understand to us he's a Prince of Peace, and we look at each other with that same mind frame, that's powerful. We can look at each other with peace, and we can band together as warriors against our enemies. All right, this is 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. Hey, because, some people say, I love my brother, but, I can't let anybody, get one over on me. But that's a fearful attitude to take, because you're afraid to keep the law, statutes, and commandments towards your brother. But if you walk in the fear of the Most High, and the love towards your brother, and the love towards the Most High, he's going to give you that sound mind and how to deal. So don't walk in fear. Walk in the power and love and the sound mind of the Most High God. All right. And this is Galatians chapter 5, verse 14. For all the laws fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. All right, I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures. So this is 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another. This you hear a lot of people say this. And we always say, a lot of Hebrew Israelites, we say, the Most High isn't all love. But who is he to us? He is all love. 1 John 4:7. Behold, let us love one another. Hey, this sums it up. For love is of the Most High, and everyone that loveth is born of the Most High, and knoweth the Most High. He that loveth not knoweth not the Most High, for the Most High is love. So now we know who the Most High's love is towards. We can read these scriptures with understanding and with balance. And with understanding, to us, the Most High is love. Because his love is for his people, Yasha Allah. Towards one another and towards our Father. All right. And what is love in the totality of it? For this, 1 John 5:3, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. So Yasha'Allah, get the balance of the word. Walk in unity towards one another. Because again, we are warriors. We fight. But again, the most important thing about a warrior is to understand what he's fighting for. And we are fighting for one another. So we got to keep the unity of the spirit and the bond of peace. All right? So we can run this race and we can get the kingdom banding together in truth and in the spirit of love. And when it's used in the confines of the Most High, it's powerful. All right? Shalom. It's your diving.